All right, it is week 5. I'm here with James. We tried to mix it up this week. We're at the marina, so we don't have a ton of space. It's a little bit hot on the ground, but we're working on my 6-week press-up handstand yoga challenge. I haven't quite gotten it. I've been working on lots of stuff, the core strength, wrist flexibility, falling out, all the good stuff James and I have talked about. So he's going to give me a few more tips on things that I can continue to work on to make myself float up really easily.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Today we're going to be working on something that's very, very important to the press-up handstand and really to almost every yoga posture and every inversion. And one of the first inversions that most students encounter is crow pose or bakasana. And staying in crow pose, holding crow pose, and finding comfort in crow pose really happens in your core. There's a moment as you teeter back and forth in crow pose where your weight comes into your core and you can solidify the pose and find balance by activating all of those belly muscles and locking. It's kind of a lock that happens in the air, and that central point of forward and backward pitching when you catch that lock in your belly is very integral to actually finding comfort in the handstand and moving from a place where you're just kicking up and trying to find that waypoint in the middle once already in the handstand. So moving up into it with control starts really the same as crow. Cool. So today we're going to work a little bit on moving from downward facing dog right into the crow pose. And the easiest way to do that, to work on finding that balance, in my opinion, is to see if you can jump from your downward dog right into crow pose. There's a point at which you jump from downward facing dog, find your balance in the air, curl into your core, and then lower slowly onto your arms. That's what we're going to try and do today.
See if it works.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although, keep in mind as you attempt this, that it's very difficult and it will take you a little bit of time to actually achieve that. And if your toes hit the ground, if you have to jump in and out of it many, many times in order to find success once or twice, don't be dismayed. This is all just part of the process. All right, you want to get started in downward facing dog.
Okay.
All right, so from downward facing dog, you want to give yourself a little bit of time in downward facing dog, a few breaths, to drop into your shoulders. Nice. Now, I recommend jumping forward on your exhale. Walk your feet up a little bit. See if you can hop your hips up over your shoulders and then slowly lower your knees in towards your arms and around your arms to where you're squeezing on the outside of your triceps. There you go.
It's hard to hold it.
Yeah, it is. Woo.
Close.
All right. If you have a partner nearby, you can also use the assistance of your partner. So go ahead and go back into your downward facing dog one more time.
Space like that?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to hold on to your hips as you hop forward. Find your balance right here and curl down into your crow pose. There. So that's the motion that we're looking for, to find that spot where you're balanced over your elbows and then to lower your knees in towards your armpits.
Cool.
All right.
That was week 5. Stay tuned for week 6, and hopefully you are practicing at home and getting better than I am.